Hello, I'm Mantastic and Fantastic, and today I want to do a quick video about skilling up your Monster Hunter cards. So the Monster Hunter collab is in full swing, and with it, like every other collaboration or event, is a skill leveling dungeon. So in essence, these skill leveling dungeons allow you to basically enter the dungeon with a team of your choosing that matches the spawns in the dungeon. You clear the floors, and then all those matching cards gain +1 skill at the end. Now, for the most part, this is by far the most efficient medium to actually skill up your cards. It costs 50 stamina, and you can skill up to 5 monsters, so nothing is going to be more efficient. Now, the only possible danger that may be here is that certain Monster Hunter cards you do not actually want to skill up, and I just want to take this time to basically briefly discuss which ones those are. So as mentioned already, basically the idea is you populate your team with as many cards from the skill leveling dungeon as possible. So let's say I wanted to skill up the 5-star cards. I basically populate the team of those 5-star monsters, enter the dungeon, clear the dungeon because it's super easy, get skill level +1 for all those respective cards. So it's quite simple and fast and efficient, but the thing is, you may not always want to have those cards skilled up. And the reason being is because weapon assists. So with weapon assists, it's a special type of evolution that allows your cards to basically be transformed into a dedicated inherit. So when they're converted to weapon assist, they'll gain this special awakening, which means that every time they are inherited onto another card, they will transfer over a specific set of awakenings. So for the most part, the Monster Hunter collab is one of the best places to actually acquire these weapon assists, and you have to determine whether or not you are using the card for their awakenings or the actual active skill itself. If you're using it for the active skill, you should be skilling them up anyways, because you're probably going to be wanting to use that active skill on a more frequent basis, and skilling them up allows you to do so. On the other hand, if you're going to be using them basically as a dedicated inherit just for their awakenings, you may not actually want to skill them up. The reason for that is the base skill on the card may have much more synergy with the team. There is a strong likelihood that the inherited skill does absolutely nothing for your team, breaks activation, just hurts you overall. So by having a larger window to use the base skill is important because it won't charge up, as well as giving you a bigger buffer for skill delays if that's also an issue. So you have to basically determine whether or not you want to have these cards skilled up or not. So looking at all the 5-star cards here, there are 3 of them that give you this delicious 60% resist to blind, jammer, or poison attacks. And in the case of those, you may not necessarily want those active skills, so leaving them unskilled is generally wise, especially if you only have one of those, because it gives you the most flexibility to inherit them around. If you have multiple copies of each one, then you should at least skill up one of them, but leave several unskilled at the same time. So when you inherit them around, you can use them either for the inherited skill and the awakenings, or just the awakenings. So in conclusion, the skill leveling dungeon is a wonderful medium to skill up your cards, but you don't necessarily want to skill up every single one, especially if they're used only for their awakenings. So let me know what you think about the Monster Hunter collab in the comments below, and whether or not you've managed to roll all the stuff you were hoping for. Hopefully all the Mantastic day. I wish you all the best luck in your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.